September 8, 11:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Und damit, bam, Leute, und welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Part 2. Letztes Mal haben wir den ersten Fall des zweiten Teils der Ace Attorney-Reihe begonnen mit unserer Klientin Maggie Bird. Die Polizeifrau, die natürlich des Mordes angeklagt wurde, und wir haben sie, soweit es geht, freigesprochen, aber der gute Payne hat natürlich noch ein letztes Ass im Ärmel, ein Witness, ein Zeuge. Da werden wir mal gucken, was der so zu bezeugen hat oder so. Okay. Amnesia? Ach ja, und wir haben Gedächtnisverlust. I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little, and Maggie kick should be all you need. No, I think I'll pass on this one. Come on, I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things? Bats! Jetzt hat sie auch Amnesia. Of course, I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we'll start with my name, and then I can tell you about me. No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright. What a weird name. This is serious, you really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help. This is a business card? I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. Oh god. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Okay. There's some numbers written on the back. Oh, that's your cell phone number. Phoenix business card. Oh yeah. It's a business card. It's my business card. I hand wrote my cell phone number on the back. Okay. I guess for now we should stop talking about me. Warte mal, ich will das kurz angucken. Ja, ne? Mein Business Card. Ja, kann ich nicht. Okay, ne, ich kann es nicht angucken. Schade. Okay. And start talking about this case. This case? Yup. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but... Cell phone? Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. Hurry up and tell me then. This might be very important. Bats! Okay, Roger. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up the lost cell phone while on walk with Dustin. Er sieht nicht so glücklich aus, der Dustin. Dustin, come on, cheer up. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Beep. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and give this back. I'll be right here. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. Okay. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Thus I waited for the person to show up. But they never did. So where's this phone you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. Huh? To me? Is it that phone in my pocket? You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with the murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... Ah! You were here all along! Maya! You're so mean! I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Ah! Now who in the heck is this? Let me guess, I'm supposed to know this girl too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. And a good morning to you too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh, and what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra-decisive super important evidence. Here you are, Nick. The thing you wanted me to bring. Uh-huh. Oh, thanks. What the heck is this? A list? It has about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it. It was kinda tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. It looks like these guys are up to no good. No good? As in... There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. Names list. A list of unfamiliar names and phone numbers. Members of a con artist group. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Don't look at me. And where did you get this list from in the first place? What? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday. Oh, is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. Huh, so that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Maya, actually, Mr. Wright is...
Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately.
Oh, oops. Guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick. Wish us luck. Okay. I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't. Come on, Nick. Better get a move on. Yeah. Okay. Back here. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words. What is it, Mr. Payne? It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see? So I asked that the court might be a little lenient on... There is no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please. Yes, Your Honor. Prosecution calls its next witness. A drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Aha. Der Übeltäter. Please state your name for the court, witness.
Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something.
Oh, alright, go ahead.
Just now you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk.
Did I?
But I will not stand for that. Now, you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose, calling me, but to give in just as everything in my life is to be of the utmost, I am barely looking for that perfect, I have a rigorous selection.
Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on. Oh, what is he? A human chatterbox?
I have to question him? Oh. Fashion Cars, women, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply.
Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses.
That's enough. Your name, witness. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. We thought you had me, but you thought wrong.
I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
Oh man. I forgive you, alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso, with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit.
Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were strolling through the park, correct?
It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in the way of something out on a walk with Mommy. If you must know it.
Anyway, please testify to the court of what you saw during your walk through the park.
See, you said it again. Taking a walk, you know you...
What you witness will do, Mr. Wellington. What I saw that day, okay.
I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant here. The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer.
That was certainly a decisive testimony.
Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm?
It's strange, my mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe my client.
You mean Maggie?
Yes, and if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying.
No.
You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. Find the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. Yeah, get him. Get him, boy. So, life situation. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich das hören will. So you were at the park all afternoon. You seem to have a lot of free time.
That was very rude of you, but then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university.
No-name? Trashy?
Now this may be hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded boon like you, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country.
But I thought you said you were thinking about which college to go just now.
Oh, please! Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country.
That arrogant little snot. It was past 6 p.m. Yeah, okay. All of a sudden a police officer falls from above. Okay, das ist wichtig. And how did you know he was a police officer?
You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. With one glance I could tell just what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself, and it was also the way he tied. Oh, and I suppose it was also because he was wearing an officer's uniform. Should that statement have come first?
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hey Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do? Even I haven't figured that out yet.
Fair point.
Without a thought, I looked up at the charming young lady. Are you sure you got a good look at her face? Alright, stop it.
Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have 2 of them. Yes, even you. I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at her face?
That's what the witness was just about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning.
Sustained. Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court.
Then please don't make me have to raise my voice. Are you finished? I'd like to continue if that's alright with you. Yeah, it was the face of the pretty defendant. So you're sure you are not mistaken? Please don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with mine. I'm what you call a famous brand name product, while you are only a cheap imitation. There is no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake.
Of course, of course.
Oh, of course.
Did you notice anything else of interest, witness?
Was the banana that fell with the police officer. Okay. The banana? Well, it was actually more than just one. More like a bunch of bananas. Now, what would a bunch of bananas be doing there? And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw.
That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick. He's gotta be lying about the bananas.
He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. What if it's not a lie?
Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing and it was something else.
If he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy.
Think, Phoenix, think.
My client is innocent. There's no way he could have seen what he says he did.
Which means if he can somehow show he's lying...
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. She's right. She got a sharp mind, but I just wish I could remember who she is.
Is everything okay, Nick?
Yeah. So, tell me again about the bananas. I'm very interested. Where is it? Wo sind die Bananen? Da. So, wir sehen sie ja schon. Also, was aussieht wie ein paar Bananen, ist natürlich der Baseball-Glove, der Handschuh. Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? But don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong.
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Isn't that the baseball glove?
Huh? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not. It's a... No! Ja, okay. I mean, big deal. Ist ja eigentlich egal, ob es jetzt ein Handschuh ist oder Bananen. Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness loves bananas, has a bad eyesight, knows nothing about baseball. Also die beiden machen mehr Sinn, aber has bad eyesight ist, das wäre vorteilhaft für uns, weil er dann eventuell das Gesicht nicht richtig gesehen hat. Ne? Ich meine, sie stand oben, ist dezent weit weg. Ne? Wir behaupten mal, er hat schlechte Sicht. Wie nennt man das? Yeah. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? How? What do you... Well, why are you asking me about this all of a sudden?
Your Honor, it is very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas.
No, I don't think so. Objection overruled.
You are one of those people, yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people too used to assure in the end we find out that when viewed from afar. I do... And that is why I ask you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right?
Why aren't you wearing your glasses today then?
That's because I lost them recently, you see. Oh shit. Oh shit. Of course I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them... How about when you witnessed a crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness? You are unrelenting evil man. You're like those people who rejected... she was brave and courageous, and why she didn't do... Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at the time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven by the same... cannot proven to be the same by this witness.
But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path.
Naja, wenn ich verwechsel es immer, kurz oder weitsichtig, keine Ahnung. Wenn man nicht gut in die Ferne sieht, dann hat er wahrscheinlich schon Schwierigkeiten damit. Ist das weitsichtig oder kurzsichtig? Ich weiß nie, welches es ist. Egal, dabei hatte ich mal eine Brille, aber ich weiß es trotzdem nicht. Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, please continue with your testimony.
Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime.
What happened next?
The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been between 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes.
So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away?
Yes, that is correct.
Das müsste ja dann Maggie confirmen können, oder?
Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. That girl is the murderer.
You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright.
Maggie hat nichts dazu zu sagen? Also ist sie wirklich weggerannt?
So, ran away.
She ran away just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education?
Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client?
The witness has already answered a question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit.
That is true, Mr. Wright. I'm striking your question from the record. How can I get more information out of him?
Immediately called the police station to report the... Hello? Yeah. Immediately, as in immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did they not teach that at your pitiful school?
You think people learn about how to call the police in college? Hey Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. Okay. Mhm. Must have been 6 when I made a call. Okay. How do you know what time it was? That detective told me. You know which one I mean? The one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school. Hey pal, I graduated from a pretty good, top-ranked college. I don't believe this. It doesn't matter. I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. And if I am wrong, then that detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time. What? Why, you're just some lousy kid who... I think the court can see your point. Anyway, how did the police respond? Okay. So you're saying there were police on the scene by 7 PM? They got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in that area at that time of the day. But suddenly, before I knew it, there were people crawling all over, gawking. It certainly says something about the morals of the people in this country. Can't find anything out of the ordinary on his testimony. Why don't you take one more look at the court record? Yeah, I guess I should. Okay, also Maya hat mir gehintet. Hier, ne? I immediately called the police station to report a crime. Das Ding ist, wir haben hier ein Telefon. Es könnte natürlich seins sein. Die Brille könnte natürlich auch seins sein. Also, wenn das sein Telefon ist, kann er natürlich schlecht angerufen haben. Aber wir können ja nicht wirklich beweisen, dass es sein Telefon ist. Nee, das brauchen wir nicht. Ja, eigentlich können das probieren, aber eigentlich haben wir keine Beweise. Nee. This evidence clearly reads a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. Okay. Moment. I immediately called the police station to report... Moment. Also, immediately... Aha, that's the... I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. Kann man im Foto was erkennen? Nee. Ach, da ist übrigens eine Telefonzelle. Hat die was damit zu tun? Wir sehen hier die Zeit auch noch. Es ist kurz vor 7, ja. Stimmt das? Kurz vor 7? Ja, doch, stimmt. Bin gerade ein bisschen lost. Es fängt langsam wieder an, dass ich mich nicht mehr erinnere. Profiles. Must have been 6:45 when I made the call. I immediately called the police station to report the crime. Haben wir hier irgendwas? Nee, hier steht nichts. Hä? Must have been 6:40. Ah, Moment. Nein! Nope, ich wollte was anderes gucken. Ja, ich wollte nämlich gucken. Aha! Okay, I got it. Time of Death ist 6:28 Uhr. Und das heißt, er hat tatsächlich, 20 Minuten gewartet, bis er angerufen hat. Okay, okay. It must have been when I made the call. Ja, hier oder hier? Ich drück mal hier, weil Maya hier gesagt hat, wir sollen was checken. Und es stimmt ja auch nicht, er hat nicht immediately gecallt, sondern ein paar Minuten später. Objection. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So, what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There is clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap.
Objection!
The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that she would be a little dazed. 15 minutes is hardly what I call a little dazed. Mr. Wellington. Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? You and your questions, as if you're trying to open all the layers of a Matryoshka doll. You must think you're really something special. Witness. Ah yeah, you lost my cell phone. There, are you happy? You lost it? Unbelievable, you lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that? So by rational, I don't think simple, plain... Enough! Thank you, Judge. You're the man. Oh man, oh man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone. Nick, that cell phone, could it be... You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? A question further. Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone. I'll have you know. See, here it is. Oh, I see. Well, looks like he's got his phone. And I thought that just maybe this was his. Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for a phone booth. Except no, Your Honor. Denn wir sehen auf dem Bild, da ist eine Telefonzelle direkt, ja. Direkt hier, ne? Well, that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Yeah, there is something. Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone.
How dare you?
You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Das hier, ne? Ja. Take that! It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. At a crime scene photo.
Is there a problem with it?
Oh, there is nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you.
No!
It's a phone booth. That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you?
Oh,
Die Stöhner sind immer das Beste. Order! Order!
What is reporting, the crime a little late, proof for the defense.
The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back.
But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway.
But what if he wasn't looking for his cell phone? Maybe he was looking for something else.
Was he... Mr. Wright? Sorry, kurzer Cut. Wo waren wir? Genau. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? Ja, er hat den Namen geschrieben, aber dafür braucht er nicht 15 Minuten. Oder? Also er hat auf jeden Fall den Namen geschrieben dann. Mit dem Finger von ihm. Dann hat er vielleicht noch sein Telefon gesucht. Ich drück mal Ja. There's only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Also entweder das Bild oder die Brille. Wenn das seine Brille ist, dann konnte er dann hat er vielleicht die Telefonzelle gar nicht so wahrgenommen. Vielleicht das? Das klingt sogar plausibel. Soll ich mal das machen? Komm. Die Musik hat aufgehört. Es war richtig. Mr. Wellington.
What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack.
These are your glasses, aren't they?
Ah, where Where did you find? I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Order! Order! Now, wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 50 minutes to make that call.
Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer?
Of course, that is precisely what I am doing.
I know I'm right.
Wenn die Musik reinkickt, dann hast du immer recht, Phoenix.
He's the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick?
More or less.
Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now is our chance to deep six this guy.
I'll sink him in one shot.
Yeah. This is so exciting, watching you work again. Somehow my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife.
This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Order, order!
Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being a murderer.
Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer.
In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective?
Let's hear explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed.
In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground.
But wouldn't that mean that the criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would that person know her name was Maggie or Maggie?
That is a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial.
Ah, I forgot. Was there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? Oh. Hat ja angerufen. Sein Telefon und Maggie hat abgenommen. Das heißt, you fucked, bro. You fucked up. It would be best if I could prove that the witness had the chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie.
Now, will the defendant please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name?
Was presente ich hier? Genau. She got in contact with its owner, but they never showed. Das ist es. Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why, how did you?
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with...
Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder?
I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And
She also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Beep, 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 beep. Beep. Hello?
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Maggie.
That was when you learned that her name was Maggie.
But you made one fatal mistake.
Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name was written on the ground was Maggie.
This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded.
Order, order!
But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
Your point is?
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason.
Ja, da hat recht, ausnahmsweise. Das ist ein ziemlich guter Grund.
Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone.
That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive.
Mr. Wright.
Your Honor?
Can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present to this court proof that the witness had a motive.
Ja, und dieser Proof hat uns Maya direkt vorher gebracht. Und zwar diese Liste, a list of con artists and their phone numbers stored on the cell phone Maggie found. Also, wie nennt man das auf Deutsch? Betrüger, glaube ich, ne? Waren das nicht Betrüger? Irgendwie sowas, ne? Und ja, auf jeden Fall was Illegales und der Dude war ja ein Cop, von daher vielleicht hatte er Angst, dass irgendwie was rauskommt oder so, keine Ahnung, dass er irgendwie Dreck am Stecken hat mit diesen Typen, von daher take that. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here.
What is this? A list?
These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found, and we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artists group.
What? Con artists?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is worse a crime than murder. You're one of those, just like the cops, they disrupted the genius. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you, know what it's like to be a refined man such as me?
Your Honor, this is unjustified battering of the witness.
Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone?
Isn't that obvious? The witness is a member of that group? Probably. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. And that is why you had to kill. No! This is too much!
That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain?
I got you now.
Gotcha, bitch.
The police officer.
Your Honor!
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor, this is unjustified battering of the witness.
Again?
You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
But please, let's think about the content of that phone call. Beep. Hello?
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this?
If you think about it logically, then it makes sense.
Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box.
Just like Mia. Oh. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there.
Well then, Mr. Wright. What was this something that didn't agree with the witness?
Ja, das war wahrscheinlich das denn er war als Polizist angezogen und er hat vermutlich gedacht, oh shit, the police are here. Dachte er wohl, sie hätte ihn verpfiffen oder so. Ja? Und daher, take that. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform.
Oh.
Und er war nicht glücklich, wie man sieht. Vielleicht hätte ich ihn auch umgebracht, wer weiß. The girl that picked up my phone is a policeman. Is with a policeman, so. The girl is a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone.
And he went into a panic, is what you're saying?
Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Oh.
Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
Seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are...
Impressive. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence.
The cat is really creeping me out.
All you have to be running around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that, they're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I found it already. You don't have even the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? It feels so good to see you squirm.
We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is this? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence.
Your Honor. This is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. The cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's got to be... maybe... the phone's stored numbers. Fingerprints on the phone. Ja, Fingerprints. Ja gut, jetzt sind seine Fingerprints sowieso drauf. Aber vielleicht sind noch andere Fingerprints drauf. The phone stored numbers. Wenn es nicht sein Telefon ist, dann würde er die nicht kennen. Ich mach mal Fingerprints. I got it. We should check for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone.
Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off.
What?
You said there was sand all over it, so...
Wiped it? I wiped it?
Pretty thoroughly, too.
What? It's always so much fun watching a third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can check the numbers stored on his phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking, he erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence? Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my... Gee, now I remember! Beep! Looks like they hung up. Ah, good, I finally found it. So that's when... What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes?
Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but... if we don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free.
I know. You know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that?
Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short.
Where did I go wrong? Das Ding ist, wenn er ihn überfallen hat, sollte er ja eigentlich sein Telefon haben. Aber er hat ja scheinbar nicht sein Telefon, weil sein Telefon haben wir ja. Was bedeutet... Wir sehen es gleich. Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am?
The court hereby concludes the cross-examination.
If that will be all, I have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at the ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. You've had such a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Raise an objection! Hold it! Please wait, Your Honor.
Alright, Nick.
I think I may be able to prove it.
Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright?
Everything.
Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badge the witness with more inane questions.
Ist das ein Wort? Inane? Oder war es ein Schreibfehler? Insane.
I will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright?
Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor.
Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over. For your client and for you. Do you fully understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sure you're well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh.
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time.
Saftige Bestrafung, wenn wir failen.
Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything.
Ja, es gibt nur noch ein Stück, das wir noch nicht präsentiert haben. Und das ist meine zwei Sachen. Mein Attorney's Badge, aber sadly können wir den immer noch nicht zeigen. Ich weiß nicht, ist der irgendwann mal ein wirkliches Beweisstück? Maybe. Ich kann mich gerade nicht mehr daran erinnern, aber ich glaube, irgendeinmal können wir ihn sogar präsentieren. Aber nicht jetzt, das ist tatsächlich nicht meins, sondern meine Business Card. So, my business card, I handwrote my cell phone number on the back. So, das Ding ist, er hat sich das Telefon gesnackt, aber wir haben sein Telefon immer noch. Und das bedeutet, er hat irgendein anderes Telefon gesnackt. Und das Telefon muss dann logischerweise unser Telefon sein. Das heißt, wir können einfach diese Nummer hier anrufen und zack, take that.
Why, thank you. How nice.
Here, please have one of mine. That's just business card. It's written in fancy script. The ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it.
Wait, what am I doing? This is the time to be exchanging business cards.
Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is the back. War die Nummer auf der Rückseite? Wahrscheinlich, ne? This card is important because of what is on the back.
Huh? You wrote your phone number on the back, but
that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
Huh? Right now? But court is still in session.
It's okay, we'll see.
Okay, if you say so. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright?
We're going to call my cell phone now, and then the court will see everything for what it is.
Of all idiotic, stupid things to do.
Der fancy Klingelton
vom Steel Samurai.
Ja, Phoenix hat Style. Ich sollte den Klingelton eigentlich auch mal bei mir drauf tun. Ah, what? Why is my phone? What's this stupid sounding ringtone? Ey, also jetzt bist du zu weit gegangen. Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. Your... Ah! No. It can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say... When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. Ba-da-ba-bum, bum. Okay. That.
So, that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington.
He's a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has to become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments.
That Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding.
It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally.
Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Lebt überhaupt noch?
Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird,
not guilty.
Salutieren! That is all. This court is adjourned.
Oh Gott.
I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you have done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I really feel bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me.
Huh?
My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? Can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and I never won or even tied at the game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters.
That is, pretty bad.
Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch on to those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help.
Ah, that's right. You were talking about this earlier.
It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. But that's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault, Dustin's death. Your head being all messed up?
Oh, well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet.
I'm going to find a new life for myself, starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found the whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
Yeah, after all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name.
You bet. I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you.
Bats.
Thanks, you take care of yourself too.
What a horrible day. I've got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy.
But you're okay, and that's what counts. Really happy, worried. Come on, let's go back to the office.
I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you?
What? I thought you said you got your memory back.
At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe, someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases.
But he's also been a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. Also, hier kriegen wir eine kleine Zusammenfassung. Yeah. This person, I haven't got a clue. Aww, he seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else. Aww, Mr. Payne. And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me, don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. The phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. Guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. Ist sie nicht weggegangen? And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Okay, das heißt, wir reisen jetzt zurück 2 Monate, wo Maya zurückgekommen ist. Und ja, so wie es aussieht, kriegen wir dann einen neuen Fall. Aber der ist für nächstes Mal. Das war's mit diesem, ja, es ist schon ein Tutorial-Fall, würde ich sagen. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Wir haben die Stundenmarke wieder geknackt. Nice. Schon im zweiten Part. Richtig gut. Von daher, ja, wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Part. Beim ersten richtigen Fall von Phoenix Wright. Justice for All. Bis dahin. Macht's gut, Leute.